What's up? My name is Divested Witch, and tonight I want to talk about this situation involving this young black girl to the left who was robbed of $10,000 from this man to the right, who happens to be white. And of course, black males are super excited. They're super happy about this and act like this is a reflection of divestment, when everybody fucking knows that divestors are not attracted to wiggers. Divestors are not the ones dating wiggers and inviting wiggers into our houses and shit like that. This is what swirlers do. Okay? Everybody online is calling this man a wigger. All the black males are calling this man a white man. Okay? Because they want so badly to demonize black women with white men. So they will call this fucking reject of the white community a white man, when in reality, he's emulating and trying to copy all of the bad behaviors of black men. This is why everyone online is calling him a wigger and not a white man. Okay? Because if you had a story and say the title was Black Woman Gets Robbed by White Man, everybody be like, what? Huh? How can that be? That'd be confusing. But then you look at the motherfucker's photo and everybody's just like, oh, yeah. Oh, I can see it. Yeah, definitely. He definitely looked like he would rob somebody. And you know why everyone online is saying that? It's because everyone knows that the black community is trash. And anybody trying to emulate or copy the black community is also trash as well. So y'all can sit up here calling this a white man all you want. No one around the world views it like that. They're looking at this man like he is a wigger. He is a motherfucking white reject who wants to be black. So his behavior is norm. Okay? We're living in a type of world that you can identify as anything that you want. Okay? You got grown ass men identifying and saying that they're 9-year-old little girls. You got women identifying themselves as men identifying themselves as women. And of course, you have transracials. Now, a transracial is a person who identifies with another race of people. That is what a transracial is. But if y'all thought that transracialism is something new, it's not. Because wiggers have existed all the way back in the 90s. These type of white men who identify as black, now we know there's a term for it, and it's called transracial. All right? So for black males to be sitting here and keep referring to this man as a white man, he's a white man, he don't identify as white. He identifies as black. So don't sit up here and think that this is the norm and this is how most white men are acting and behaving. Because if white men by large, all of them by large, started acting like you nakers, our fucking whole country would be destroyed. We wouldn't have a country. The United States would look just like fucking Africa if all the white men all of a sudden turned into wiggers. For y'all to sit up here and think that you're going to convince black women that this is the norm when it comes to white men, you are truly pathetic. Nobody in their right mind believes that wiggers represents white men. These wiggers are smoking meth, smoking crack cocaine, shooting and banging dope, sitting here robbing people, committing all sorts of violent felonies, in and out of prison, sitting up in here with multiple baby mamas, and you think that you're going to convince black women that these are the representations of white men? Get the fuck out of here. These are the representations of what the fuck you nakers do. So you will see quite a few of these swirlers dating these type of men who are pretty much emulating all of the negative traits of a black man, but they're so obsessed with white skin, they're so obsessed with having mixed kids that they are going to ignore all of the red flags. And then a lot of these swirlers like to come into divested spaces and mock and ridicule us. But meanwhile, we're not the ones getting robbed. We're not the ones being left as unwed baby mamas. We're not the ones getting this sort of treatment. You know why? It's because we have standards when it comes to the white men that we choose to let into our lives. I am not going to invite somebody that I've known for 12 days into my motherfucking house. Number one. Number two, if a white man is emulating anything that comes from the black culture, I don't want shit to do with him. If he's trying to talk black, if he's trying to act black, I don't want you. Point blank, period. Don't sit up here and act like all white men are the same when you get burnt by a fucking wigger, because they're not. A wigger and a regular white man are nothing alike. And a lot of you swirlers are very bitter and you're very jaded. That's why y'all are angry at divestors, because we're picking top-notch quality white men and you've been burnt several times and now you got a bunch of mixed kids and no dads. Okay? Like, what's the point in fucking divesting if I'm just going to turn around and get the lowest hanging fruit in the white community? And I'm going to get a white man who's acting black. Get the fuck out of here, okay? These women, all they care about is white skin and having pretty babies. This is the video of this woman claiming that she got robbed by her Hinge date, and there's tons of red flags that I want to discuss. So let's take a listen and I will do some commentary in between.
It's gonna be hard. But I was robbed by someone that I trusted, that I had met on Hinge, the dating app. We've only known each other for like 12 days. Yes, I know I'm an idiot.
So you knew this guy for 12 days, yet you're claiming that you know and trust this person? There is no way in fuck that you should be trusting a person after 12 days of knowing them. Point blank, period. So mistake number one, you rushing into things. Anytime you see people rushing into relationships, it's because they're lonely and they're desperate. Okay? It takes more than 12 days to be sitting here claiming that you know somebody. So she's setting herself up for failure by rushing into relationships like this and potentially setting herself up to get hurt, which is exactly what happened.
For inviting some man that I didn't know to my house multiple times overall. And
why are you inviting this man to your house? How come he's not taking you out on dates? That's the real question. Don't waste your time on dudes who keep constantly saying, hey, can I come to your crib? Hey, let's link up. I'm going to come to your crib. No, you're going to take me out on a date, because I don't fuck with bummy ass motherfuckers who don't even have their own place. A lot of time these motherfuckers will ask to come to your place is because they living at home with their mama, they living at home with their girlfriends, or they're living at home with their homeboys. So they'll insist on coming over to your house. And 9 chances out of 10, they want to come to your house to smash you. Okay? It's giving low standards for me. It's giving desperation to me when you're making yourself easily available like this. You're not requiring much from any man. All he's got to do is just have some light skin. And he has access to your body and your house.
last a week and a half. I trusted him, although there were a lot of red flags. So many that I can't even count them. He was super lovey-dovey and kind, be nice, the whole, yeah. And I was very trusting and too nice. And he stole from me.
Yeah, he robbed you of 10 stacks. Why do you have $10,000 laying around in your house anyway? Go put your money in a bank. Go put your money on a card. But do not have large sums of money in your fucking house, because you're setting yourself up to get robbed. You're setting yourself up to lose everything. If your house gets burnt down or your apartment gets burnt down and your money goes up with it, then what you gonna do? Okay? Put your money in a bank account, or matter of fact, if you don't want to do that, then get you one of those Bluebird American Express cards with no fees. You can load all your money on there and your money is safe, okay? If your money is on a card or at the bank, then your money is safe. If someone steals it, you can shut the card down easy. You know what I mean? Your money is protected. Your money is not protected when you just got it in a pillow sack or on a counter somewhere. That's not no protection. All right? $10,000 is a lot of fucking money. That is not no chump change. All right? And a lot of you women are moving sloppy in these streets. There's people out here who will kill you for far less than 10 stacks.
I thought that actually liked in me. And we actually started, well, we're pretty much official.
You are not pretty much official. By your very words, you said that the only time you hanging out with this guy is when he's over at your house. That doesn't scream official. Okay? The only thing that officially happened is you officially got robbed. And you officially got played. Because why are y'all sitting up in here claiming men that don't claim you? If a man is not actively pursuing you, if he's not taking you out to dinner, if he's not taking you around his family and friends and has claimed you on his social media, then you are not official.
2 days ago, I'm assuming now we're not. I've called him. I have FaceTimed him. I have tried to text him. Nothing. I've tried all day. Not all day, just for a few hours. I tried him on other phone and other numbers. Nothing.
So to add insult to injury, not only does he use her for sex, he robs her and then ghosts her afterwards. These men are fucking trash. Okay? These wiggers are trash. And they will fucking do this because you allowed them to do this.
I've even DM'd him on Instagram. Nothing. I'm going to show you a picture of him. He's in Dallas. So you guys know who he is. And ladies, beware. I think he does this. Maybe on regular. I'm not sure. This is the first picture.
Look at this motherfucker. This is screaming crack cocaine. Okay? This nigga look like he cooks crack in that kitchen. All right? This motherfucker is a type of white boy you see standing outside of 7-Eleven asking for change. All right? This type of dude right here is a type of motherfucker that smokes meth. This is a type of person who you see stumbling out of a gas station bathroom because they done shot some heroin. Okay? And you gonna invite this motherfucker to your house? If this motherfucker even walked around me, I'll be clutching my pearls and my purse and have my pepper spray ready to go. Bitch, no. I'm not gonna leave $5 around this motherfucker, let alone 10 stacks. Fuck out of here.
This is his dating profile on Hinge. Ladies.
Girl, this dating profile should have told you everything you needed to know about this guy, okay? It's got Wigger energy written all over it, okay? And I can guarantee you, he probably stole this cat from a tiny little child, okay? Get the fuck out of here. And he's got blunts as profile photos on his dating app. This clear that this nigga don't have no real job, because a man with a real job that has something to lose is not going to be posting pictures of him smoking blunts and doing drugs on his social media. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. And look, this nigga got a whole motherfucking ski mask on. This is the type of shit that you see shooters and drug dealers wearing. Okay? So pay attention to what's being advertised on these dating apps. Point blank, period. He's telling you what type of person that he is by the very fucking photos and videos and pictures that he has on his dating app. Okay, I'm a thug. Yeah. And I'm a gangster and all this other bullshit. Okay. And this is the type of man that a lot of you swirlers like to go for. And then when you get played, you got the nerve to be sitting up in here talking about white men ain't this, white men ain't that. No, the white men you're dealing with ain't shit. Look what he says right here. I'm high all of the time. Yeah. Of course you high all the time because you robbing bitches to support your drug habit. After her story goes viral, she decides to make a second video giving us an update on what's going on with her situation. So let's take a listen.
All right, I'm making a second update of the guy that robbed me from Hinge because the girls that I mentioned didn't want to be in the video. But when I made that video, one girl had made a post and said, or made a comment saying that she knows him, that's her baby daddy. And I was like, he got a kid? Not only does he have one kid, he has 2 kids. And I did not know that. And it was on his profile and he never mentioned it.
I'm not surprised at all because these wiggers, again, are not like regular white men. I've dated white men my entire life and I've dated white men with kids. The majority of them have no issues talking about their children on their dating apps, okay? Because that's their pride and joy. They love their children. White men love their children, okay? And when you're in the dating world, you're going to encounter quite a few white men who have children. I don't think that you should automatically count them out like they're just undateable. But if you're younger and you don't have any kids, I would strongly suggest that you date men that don't have any kids, okay? Because a lot of times, men that already have kids are not interested in having any more kids. So, for your well-being, I suggest that you date men that don't have kids. But there are men that are going to be out here that have kids on these dating apps. But what is not normal is sitting up here lying about not having any kids, lying about not having any baby mamas. Where do we see this behavior in? We see this behavior in black males and in Blackistan, okay? Because for the most part, white men don't want baby mamas. They don't. They want wives. And they care about their legacy and they care about their kids. They don't want motherfucking kids all over the place, baby mamas all over the place. But black males, they don't give a shit. They really don't care because they're not traditional. So when you see these wiggers online, you can best believe that they have baby mamas and kids out here and they won't tell you shit.
We pretty much got into a little group chat on Instagram and went back and forth about what he's done. He's done a lot of robbing and just, he doesn't work. He doesn't like working. He doesn't believe in working. He just likes to flex, flaunt with fake money, real money, whatever is stolen. And yes,
Who does that sound like to you? Doesn't want to work, doesn't have a job, and is out here flexing online and robbing people. Who does that sound like to you? That sounds just like Nakers. And that's exactly who these wiggers emulate. They emulate all of the terrible behaviors of Nakers. So it's time to wake up, black women. If you're going to date outside your race, make sure that you get a white man who is acting and behaving like a white man, not someone who's trying to emulate all the terrible behaviors of black males.
the way he looks like a scammer, a drug dealer, I know, but attraction is attraction, and I fell for that. So we pretty much went back and forth about what he's done. He's known to be manipulative, abusive. He actually slammed my door one time and started yelling at me and screaming at me to not break up with him. He's not a safe person. He's not a good person to hang out with. And I have a really big heart, and I'm a very trusting person, very, very trusting. And I know I need to work on that. I will no longer be trusting anyone now. I think I mentioned before, he took $10,000. So yeah. And he told one of the girls that he has a kid with that he wants to take her shopping with the money that he stole from me.
Just utter disrespect. And these white dudes who want to be black so bad, they see your men treating you like garbage. So they think, if she is going to tolerate her men treating her like garbage, then that means that I can treat her like garbage too. That is why black women need to have higher standards when it comes to interracial dating and not entertaining or dating these fucking wiggers.
Yeah, he's been threatening me. I have text messages of him threatening me, talking about he wants to chop me up and send me off in a box to my sister. He's threatened me, like, he has called me every name in the book. Yeah.
And you know what? I've dated white men my entire life, and guess what? I have never in my life been called no racial slurs. I ain't never in my life been stolen from or robbed from the white men that I've dated. Why? Is because I have fucking standards. That's why. Point blank, period. Like when you have standards, the type of men that you deal with, you're not going to be putting up with the shit that she's putting up with. But this is very common in black culture. This is very common in black relationships. And this is very common in interracial relationships with black women and wiggers. They get the same treatment that they would get if they were fucking with a black male. They're getting the same treatment.
Yes, every name. He's very obsessive. He's very controlling. He will get mad if I don't text him back fast enough or don't text him back at all. Like, he's one of those guys. And so I'm actually really glad I posted that video because I was in a moment of weakness and I was just so anxious. My chest was hurting all night. I was crying all night. I was just like, I can't believe this has happened. And I understand, like, how can you trust somebody in 12 days? Well, when you like somebody a lot, it just happens. I know. But anyways, I did contact the police. I made a report. I will be looking into getting a lawyer, I think, and then also getting footage of my cameras in my apartment.
So that is good that she has cameras on her property, okay? I have cameras both inside and outside of my house. I'm not playing with motherfuckers, okay? Like, that right there might have saved her life right there. Having them cameras, because it's really hard to prove that anyone's stolen anything from you when you don't have the asses on camera doing so. But the fact that she has cameras is going to help her case out a lot. So it looks like that this is a happy ending, okay? I wish this young lady the best of luck. I hope that this story is a cautionary tale to any black woman who is looking to date white men or date interracially. You need to vet these men better, because white skin is not enough. Just because they got white skin, that does not mean they're perfect. That does not mean, especially if they're a wigger, if they are showing any signs of being like a nigger, do not talk to them, do not entertain them, and especially don't date them or invite them to your house. None of that shit. Okay? So I wish this young lady the best of luck, and that is all I have to say about this situation. If you like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe for more content below. Have a good evening.